Good morning guys and welcome back to another video. So today I'm here to show yet another car. As you're aware, if you're following my channel, or if you follow my Instagram, AHaych Motors, the S-Class is now gone, unfortunately. It got to a stage where it was just giving me too many issues. It started off with mechanical, they got repaired, tyres were all refurbed. The body, there was obviously wear and tear, but if I was to go all out on the body, then I would have to, spend a good buck on it. Once the exterior was kind of sorted out, I then started getting electronic issues. So obviously the amp went, the radio started messing around, my car wouldn't lock. So I would lock the car, I would go away, I would come back without even unlocking the car. If I tried to open the rear door, it would open. So that gave you access to the whole car basically. It was stop start as well, but then I removed the stop start button, so but it's not like it's going to stop anyone from nicking it. As you live with the car, you start to find the nitty gritty things which are wrong with it. Another issue I had was I'll leave the car off, I'll turn the car off, I'll step away, I could hear the fan going. Now normally the fan cools down, then automatically just switches off, right? Mine would just continue for hours. I would come back out, it would be still on. So what that would do then is if I was to go sleep, wake up the next day, come to my car, try to unlock it, dead. I'm sure it was a simple fix, but it got to a stage where the amount that I bought the car for, the car being a Cat D, and the bodywork and the electrical issue which was giving me to then pump more money into it, I won't even break even when the time would come for me to sell it. So I made the decision, the executive decision, to then get rid of that car. I do miss it. I miss the luxuriousness. I love the smoothness. Like you're driving on clouds, even though one of the suspension was messed up and it was stuck in sport constantly. I kind of just gave up on it in a sense, and obviously, like I said, it would not have been worth it to chuck that amount of money into it, for it to then not be worth anything, for me to then just keep driving it and just chucking money into it. Anyways, however, I've been fortunate enough to be lent a car for the next couple of months. The train going past, it might be a bit windy, so please don't excuse me. I need to start improving my gears soon, so start upgrading in that, but that's for another day. So yeah, this car which has been lent to me is owned by a relative. I'm very thankful for them letting me borrow it and use it for the next couple of months. The duration which I do have it might be cut short because of circumstances. I think they might be selling it soon, but I don't know, that's a video for another day, right? It's not something that I would particularly get. I never thought about owning one of these. Personally, me, I've never seen the fascination with these cars. However, driving it for the last couple of, how many days? I think I've had it for actually a week now. So driving it for a week, I've really understood what this car is about and why people love them so much. The amount you pay for this car, I would much rather get it something else. For example, you can go out and get an E92, E93 M3. You can even get E46 M3. They might be high milers, but it's just a lot more fun, right? 335s. If you're lucky, you can push a 911, but the early gen 911s. But this isn't anything special. It is, but it isn't. You'll see in a second why I'm saying that. There's so many model variances in these in this car. Literally, it's on the other side of this camera. So just give me 1 second, and I'll show you guys what I've got. What else can you get for this much? Let me have a look. 1 second. Let me just get Auto Trader up. So a 435, a Porsche Cayman, CL 350 Sport. But yeah, a 640 DM Sport, E46 M3, like I said, E92, E93 M3s. You can push it to get a 370Z 3.7 GT as well, a CL, which are quite nice. I do like the CL 500s, an Audi A5, the 3-litre black edition. So you can kind of see what kind of value this car is. This one doesn't have as much power. First of all, make sure you click that subscribe button, because obviously it helps me out. And it obviously motivates me to pump out a lot more videos. And if you do like this video, please leave a like as well. That's enough talking. And now let me show you what I've been driving around and what I've been lent by a family member of mine for the last week or so. And here it is, a BMW Z4 2-litre petrol. Absolutely amazing piece of kit. Underrated, you don't see many about. Saying that, since I've been driving one of these, I've seen two, one on the motorway and one in my local area. The one in my local area was white, had a black roof, so you can see where this pillar's black. The rear panel was black too, the body kit was white. The other one which I saw on the motorway was the exact same colour, exact same spec. So the white one had all of this black, all of that black. Fun little car, not something I ever expect, something that I would never have thought that I would be driving around for a short period of time. And yeah, but what a fun little car. Right, so just a quick history lesson on what this Z4 is about. So the original Z series started in the 80s with the Z1. You had the Z1 Roadster, and then followed up by the Z3 and the Z8. I think it was in 2002 when the Z4 was then launched. And yeah, so they've been making these ever since. This particular model, this will be classified as the Z4 E89. It is the 2 litre, therefore I believe, I'm not 100% sure, I know there's various models and whatnot. I think this one's pushing 184 bhp, and it's obviously the BMW twin turbo technology with the twin scroll turbocharger. So it is petrol, which gives you a much better noise than what a diesel engine would do, but I don't think these come in a diesel. I think they're all petrol variances. And then obviously you've got the like I said, this one in particular is a 2 litre, and you do get the 2.8 and the 3 litre and the 3.5 litres as well, which are obviously much more powerful, and I believe which be a lot more fun to drive as well. It is rear wheel drive. Like I said, being the 2 litre, it doesn't really slide out a lot. I mean, obviously if you were to turn the whole traction off, you'll get a whole different kind of driving style from it, but for what it is and the amount of power, you can handle it. It's not a handful, which is obviously great, as it's not my car. More than enough. It's like a little pocket rocket. Obviously once the roof is down, it's a lot more enjoyable. So this particular model, it does come with the 5-spoke 19-inch wheels. You've got the LED headlights as well, but let me show you one thing which is really nice about these is they are the so-called angel lights. So if I just turn them on, typical BMW ding sound. Now you can't see them a lot, but when you see these in the reflection of a car when you're driving at night, they look amazing. There's a whole different vibe to the whole car. Now obviously I've been a Merc boy. Obviously I like the BMWs, I like obviously the M3s and that kind of range, but I've never really driven any of the lower spectrum vehicles. Now I'm not saying this one's obviously a low spectrum car, but I'm talking like, you know, your average 320s or your 318s or your 118s. I've never gone behind the wheel of one of those. Driving this around and sitting as low as you do in this car, the handling, the speed, the whole what would you say, the whole package which you get from this one car. It has got, I don't know what's happened here, but something's happened, but it was not me. It is such a fun car to drive, and obviously BMWs are known for their driving, right? You've got Mercs, which are your luxury cruisers, Beamers like your more of a driver's cars, and you've got the Audis, but with the Audis you gotta go the S models, or you gotta go the RS models. You have to go for that kind of caliber cars to get the driver's experience as for what they're known for. So this is very enjoyable, very interesting to drive. It's got a standard exhaust, but it's got a little burble to it, which is quite nice for 2 litre petrol. I was not expecting it, but obviously on a cold start that was amazing. I'll give you a rev sound check in a second. It's got a button inside as well, which you can put into sports. Obviously the rev kind of gets slightly louder, but it could do with an aftermarket exhaust to give it that extra sound. But again, like I said, it is a 2 litre, so it's a bit slow, but it's not slow, but yeah, it's not too bad. But my god, is it it's an experience. It's definitely an enjoyable drive. But anyways, I'll show you what the inside is like, and then we'll go out for a little drive, a little hoon. Now, don't expect anything amazing. Well, let me just turn the lights off, otherwise this is going to go crazy. It is an M Sport edition, so you do obviously, as you can see, the steering wheel's there. You've got the flappy paddles, and you've got the almighty 8-speed automatic gearbox, and a shift to the side shifts it into manual, and like you see, you got the sport button just there, but we'll have a closer look at that in a second. It's quite basic, this model in particular. I mean, it's got these funky plastic bits over here. Obviously there's no carbon fiber. It does have the stock speakers, it doesn't have the Harman Kardons. You've got the buttons for the windows, buttons for all 4 windows. Now you've got one window here, of course, which is the main one. Got one there, and these rear ones come down too. Let's jump in because it is a bit chilly. Now this isn't your in-depth car review. This is just a little run over of what I am driving at the moment. So like I said, you sit really low down to the ground. This is my view at the moment. If you recognize this spot, leave a comment down below, and if I like the comment, then you've clearly got it right. Oh, there goes a pigeon. You sit quite low, you sit very low to the ground. Even my Audi S3 wasn't this low, But like I said, this is a Roadster, so very nice position to be. Typical key, typical BMW key. Pop it in. Does have automatic start, stop start. So steering wheel straight. Turn that off. Climate controls all here. Again, you've got this funky finishing with plastic. You do have a CD player, which isn't too bad, but like, traction control off button, very important. Haven't done it yet. As I said, it's not my car, therefore I'm not going to try being Lewis Hamilton on the roads. I am an abiding citizen, therefore I follow the speed limits and not try being a hero when I'm not. Sport button, that does get used here and there just to give the car a bit of extra punch. The pedal becomes lighter, the whole car just livens up a bit more. So you've got that. Now, this elephant in the room is empty. What should be here? This should be for the iDrive. However, this car does not have that option. Therefore, if you press this button here, a screen should come out, but for now it's just, is there something in there? What's in there? 20p. I'm 20p richer, guys. I'll put that towards an M3. Anyways, so obviously the iDrive entertainment system should be there, a screen which pops out. This car does not have that option, therefore there's nothing there, which is a bit frustrating. It's annoying when you're driving. You do then have to, this is why this is here. Obviously just pop your phone like so, magnetic, and it sticks and it stays. Now with music, it is aux cable. You do have to use an aux cable, which is in this glove department here. I've got a bit of faff in here. Yeah, so aux links in there, the charging wire links in there. You do have one of those cigarette style thingy mobobs there too, but yeah, does anything come out of here? No. This is also, so you've got two cup holders. Now the only frustrating thing about this, I don't know why I've got tissue in my hand. The only frustrating thing about having cups here is that obviously when that's down, you can't put anything there, right? This goes up, you put them in there, but then you can't shut it because obviously you've got two, you know, beverages there. So when you're driving, your elbow is always knocking. So that's one pet peeve, but it's all right. We move, put that back down. Oh. This is another thing, the wires, there's no like place to put the wires, so the wires might get damaged in the long run, but hey ho. E-parking brake, very useful, especially some areas that I've been going lately, very hilly, so that comes into play. A little bit of storage there, little light thing, but this one is actually empty. But this is very useful because every single car I have, there's always some sort of issue, right? So this is very useful for me because I can then, oh yeah, this leads me very nicely onto this bit here. There's a bit of storage back here, netted. Which actually, you know what? Every time I've like, you know, been driving, I need to grab something. It's actually not that bad to get to. I'm just carrying a car pump because my left rear, not my left rear, but this vehicle's left rear tyre has got a slow puncture in it. But that's for another day. Yeah, so a little bit of storage there. Glove compartment. What have I got? I've got a bit of chewing gum in there. Tiny, but I mean, it's not like you're gonna have a lot of stuff to put in there anyway. But it is useful to have. You've got a little net down there as well. Driving long distances and you just want to put a drink down there rather than having to park or go outside to the boot. That's that there. These are the sportier seats. Now with these, oh, that's my little camera bag, so excuse that. Very comfortable, a lot more comfortable than I actually had expected. I have taken this car on an hour and a half long drive, and then an hour and a half drive back to my hometown, and it was very comfortable, very durable. I did not feel like I was in a little Roadster. You do have the long bonnet up ahead, which is amazing. I feel like I'm driving an SLS, but you know, everyone dreams. And you kind of tend to forget that there's actually nothing behind you. There's not much of a car behind you, but it's a very comfortable place to be. And then of course these bolsters are electric as well, so they tighten and loosen however you may wish. Extra bit of compartment there, not a lot of space, but you can pop various bits and pieces in there. This obviously, the lower leg rester is very comfortable as well. So we've got heated seats. These are great for when you're driving in the freezing cold and you decide to put the window down. This is one thing I actually realized. So I've always thought, why do people take the roof down in the cold weather? It does not affect you in this car. If you've got the roof down, windows up, heated seats on, a bit of the aircon on, not the aircon but the heater on, you do not feel the cold at all. I think I was driving around London, Knightsbridge area around 11-12 at night. I think if you've seen my pictures on Instagram, that's the same night which I'm talking about. Driving around, taking pictures of you jumping in and out, and it was about 11-12 at night. Pretty chilly, not too cold but pretty chilly. And yeah, roof down, heated seats on, couldn't feel a thing. Amazing. Volume, voice control, answering phones, disc player, changing songs. Then you've got the usual buttons back here, which obviously allow you to indicate, cruise control, wipers. The wipers do need changing on this car. But another pet peeve that I have found with this car is if I get out and go to the back. So let's say, for example, right, you have done the boot's tiny basically. I'm getting that. But however, let me just show you guys very quickly. There's a bit of a mess back here. This tray is annoying. If this tray is not in this position, the roof will not come down. So let's say you've done a bit of food shopping, you've dumped things in the back, you've gone inside. By the way, this space sounds quite nice. Don't know what it is. I think it's a motorbike. However, you've got plenty of space to do your food shopping and whatnot. Slot it in. You can close the boot. However, once you close the boot and then you go into the front of the car and then you decide to put the roof down because the sun's randomly come out, you can't. You're gonna have to park up, get out of the car, come back here, put this down like so, close this. Okay, now wait 1 second. Now that that's come down, you've lost a bit of space as well. It's, you know, if you've got luggage or you're going, I guess if there's 2 people, then it's not really, well, you definitely can't fit 2 suitcases in there because you've got that little bit coming up as well. So it'll be a bit of a struggle, but I'm sure you can still manage anyway. Put this down, get back into your car, and then you can put the roof down. Now, the roof does come down fairly quickly. It's not too long. Let me just show you guys. With the roof down. So as you can see, the whole shape of the car, not the whole shape, but obviously with the roof down, is quite a fun little quirky car to have. Yeah, I think it's time to now give you guys a little starter to hear how it sounds. So what I'll do as usual, I'll have it in comfort first, and then I can shift it to sport, and then you can hear the sound difference from there. That's how it sounds. Yay! So that's with the roof down. Quite an amazing. You're one with nature in this sense. As you're driving through, especially when you drive through the town centre or an area where you've got cars on both sides, you can just hear the burble of the car just bounce off the cars and come into the vehicle, and it's just an amazing feeling and an amazing sensation whilst driving. But anyways, so that's the car from the outside. That's a brief introduction of the car to the inside. We'll go for a drive and then we'll call it a day from there. But yeah, BMW Z4 2-litre S-Drive I petrol. Who would have thought AHaych be driving one of these around? But yeah, let's go for a little hoon and then we'll end the video there.